What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. We're over here at the shop again, B&K Performance. Randy's car is still being worked on. Hopefully our oiling problem is gone, but today we're going to work on trying to get the car to actually make a pass. So a couple things we're going to do to it today. I talked about a little bit in the last video, but hopefully it'll be pretty painless for us. Bleed the brakes again. Brian had to work on the master cylinder stuff, so he's got that stuff fixed already. While we got the back end up, we're going to take the springs off the back and we're gonna put a lightweight spring on it. We got some 1460s that we got from Minster Motorsports. The ones that are on it now, we don't really know what rate they are. They've been on the car forever. We're gonna try to get it so we can lower the back of the car and get some stored energy and make it separate in the back a little more manageable is kind of what we're hoping for. Front of the car, we're gonna take the front of the struts off right here and we're gonna try to give us a little bit more extension. We got to get the car so it gets a little bit more travel up front, lower it down in the back, and I think we'll be able to make a pass. We're going to 28's Gone Wild this weekend, Fayetteville, Stunnaville. I talked to DJ, one of the guys that runs 28's Gone Wild, and it's gonna be probably 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock before we make the first pass. It's supposed to be a little bit cooler, but it's not going to be cold enough to where we can make passes in the daytime. So check it out, guys. Comment, like, and subscribe. Go to turbojohnracing.com. Grab yourself some merchandise. Appreciate it, guys. All right, guys, so it appears that we have brakes now. We just bled everything. So what Brian done fixing the brakes, and I done a little bit of adjustment on it as well. I think we are good. Now, the thing is, that thing's got a bias bar in it. And the bias bar going back and forth is kind of complicated to set up. It looks like it's easy when you look at Willwood and all these instructions. We're gonna go ahead and change the springs out on the back now. And then once we get the springs checked out, it's changed on the front, on the back, then we'll move to the front, make sure we got good brakes all the way around front and back, which it feels like we do. And then we're gonna mess with the front struts real quick. Hopefully that won't be too bad. So these are the springs that are on it. And it's like a 12, it's probably like 12, 110 or something. So we're gonna put a 1460, 14, 1 nothing. So let's do that real quick. So Randy's got his trunk lid up. He loves picking this thing up. His old one had quick connects, but this one does not.
Oh, it does. I just didn't put them on.
Oh, does it?
Well,
oh.
I had to use the old ones.
Sweet. This is the overflow that Braswell built back here. How do you drain it? Is there a drain back there in the bottom? Or
honestly,
there's a drain here on the side, but we might need something. If there's not one up from the bottom, we need to drill a hole in the trunk and put it like a 90-degree down.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
I mean, as much as it...
We had a reason to...
Yeah, as much as it holds, I mean, I'm sure it...
How much does it hold?
It looks like a 2 or 3 gallon, 4 gallon cell. Honestly, I mean, it's huge. So we're gonna take these struts off real quick. All right, guys. So these are kind of aggravating to get to, the way these were originally built. But this is the difference in the springs. We're going from a 14110 to a 1460. So 14-inch 110 versus a 14-inch 60. The spring is much smaller. And so this is what it's going to basically do, is allow us to collapse it a little bit more. And it'll take the same energy. So a spring compresses based on the spring rate. So 110 pound spring, 110 pounds moves at 1 inch. This one is half. So 110 pounds on this will move it almost 2 inches. So 60 pounds will move that one 1 inch. So that's how the spring rate works. So what it'll allow us to do is lower the back of the car and still have plenty of spring pressure to hopefully make it separate more controllable, and also so we can lower the ride height. So those springs right there were almost fully extended. So I think it's going to work out. And of course, Randy is down there making everything spotless. I was fixing to put it back together. He goes, can I clean that real fast? I was like, absolutely. So that's the difference between me and Randy. That's how his stuff stays so spotless, is he takes the time to do that stuff. I throw it back together with years of oil on it. And Randy's like, nope. We got the shocks on it. The springs are on it. So we did run them down just a little bit. The bad thing about these shocks being on this way is our adjuster is up here. So it is, if we need to compress it, it's gonna make it a little bit more difficult since they're upside down. But I mean, I think it's still doable from underneath, but more challenging. So Randy's putting the wheels on it real fast, and then we're gonna jack it up and we'll see how much tuck we got. Now these fenders have been rolled nice. Hopefully they're tucked up under there enough where we can set the back of the car down some. If not, we can cut this lip a little bit, widen it, take a baseball bat and do a roll there on the edge. I'm sure Courtney and Randy won't mind. I mean, there's a chance we might mess the paint up, but I mean, they're body men, they can fix it. All right, guys, well, it is definitely, they're tucked up under there. I think they're gonna fit. It is a little tight, but I can run my finger all the way up under there. Right there is a little close, but it'll settle a little bit. Yeah, go ahead and let it down, and let's see what it looks like. It went down. Good gracious, it went down. That jack is a little, it felt very stiff when it went down.
Ride height's about right again, huh?
I was gonna say, the ride height is looking good there. Try to balance it. It may be bottomed out on something. Yeah, it clears over here. Hey, it didn't fall. Try to push down on the back. I got it kind of tight. Let's go up under there and see if it's hitting. We may have to move something. Man, that's a pretty ride height though. Look at that. Is that how low you wanted it? All right, guys, well, the back of the car is dropped down pretty good. Let's drop down. We got some, the bar angles is a lot, so we may end up having to change those at the track. It may separate too fast and the shop might not be able to control it. The front, I was not able to do what I was hoping was going to be able to happen. When we pulled this thing apart, this is not just two separate spacers. This is 5/8 of an inch shaft. And so it's a reducing washer, essentially. I don't know what that thing's actually called. It's like a 3/4 inch heim joint, and then it takes it necks it down. So it's got one of those on the bottom and one on the top. So it's not gonna work like I was thinking. So we got about an inch and a half of travel in the front, and that's it. That's all we got. So maybe it'll be enough, you know, with the back end lower down, if we can control the back end. Maybe it'll be okay. Back of the car is down probably inch, maybe inch and a half. So we'll try it and see what happens. That's just where we're at, guys. I was hoping we could get a little bit more travel in the front easily, but I think what's going to have to happen is if it doesn't work this weekend, then he's going to have to take those struts off, send them back to Mark at Mincer Motorsports, and let Mark put a little bit longer shaft in it. I think he can get another inch and a half or 2 inch longer shaft, he said. So we may end up having to do that. I hope not, but you know, it's just one of those things. We did not have a ton of oil in the downpipe today, so that's a good thing. I think we need to crank it up tonight real fast though, and just see if the smoke is still going, if we get any oil in the pipe. You know, hopefully it's not going to. We thought about potentially putting this check valve down here at the pump, but you know, that pump just doesn't pull a ton of suction, it doesn't feel like. So I'm afraid that if we put that check valve there, it may not suck it open. So I don't know. A lot of people don't even run a check valve, but you know, we got it on there, so at least the oil from there to there is not going to run back. But I mean, you know, anything from that point down this way could, which I think the pump, hopefully the pump is sealed pretty tight. If the pump is sealed pretty tight, it may not let the oil, you know, come back as well. So some pumps are designed that way. So I don't know, we'll see. But we're racing 28's Gone Wild Saturday. Come see us. Oh, and Brantley, what, got any good news today?
Yes.
What's your good news?
I passed my grade.
Boom, y'all, congratulations. We got a kindergartner coming up.
Who?
Kindergartner.
Who?
Preschool. Oh, it's going backwards. We're reversing. He is going into 4th grade. Congratulations, sir. He passed his grade, so he's going drag racing this weekend. All right, guys, come see us later. I think it's good. And I think that might be, it might be a little residual left in the turbine housing, but it also could be, I mean, I got this thing pretty fat idling. We don't have an air fuel ratio on your gauge, do we? So, okay. Oh boy, there ain't no oil in that pipe now. Yes, sir.